Hadit, Sage Lissert Sadni, Saikrana Lashavu Yenka Dene Keo. Hello, my name is Sage Lissert. I am a carrier woman from the Lake Babine Nation. I'm the National Youth Ambassador for the Moose Hide campaign, and I'll be your host today. On August 19th, 2016, Christine Wood went missing in Winnipeg, Manitoba. She was staying with her family in a hotel on a visit to Winnipeg from their home community of Bunaboni Cree Nation. Christine is one of many young Indigenous women who have gone missing across Canada. After an intense search by family, friends, and the Bear Clan, her body was discovered almost a year later in a farmer's field outside of Winnipeg on June 1st, 2017. One of those searchers was Christine's former elementary school teacher, Audrey North. Audrey would like to tell you about Christine and the story of the search for her after she went missing.
I am from Winnipeg, Manitoba, originally from Bunaboni Cree Nation, which is in northern Manitoba. I am here to tell you about Christine's story. Christine Wood was from Oxford House, Manitoba, the same community I'm from Bunaboni Cree Nation. And unfortunately, she is part of the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls statistics now. I was her grade 2 teacher. She was a very bright student. She was a genius. Actually, she made me work extra hard. I had to be at the school till sometimes 11 o'clock at night working on her education because she was so accelerated that I had to keep working on her work. And she was reading at a grade 5 point something level and increasing as she was in grade 2. So as a teacher, she made us put extra hours on her work. So she was a very smart girl. She was very quiet and shy and timid. And when she would do her work, I would actually have to go by her desk and say, "Christine, are you done?" And she would nod shyly, and I'd have to give her other work. So she was a very bright student, and she was smart. And when she became an adult, she graduated from grade 12. She came out to Winnipeg, Manitoba to come work on a university degree. So I think of 2 years, I believe. She unfortunately had to go home. Her grandmother had gotten sick with cancer, so she decided to be with family. So she went home. It was during this period that Christine Wood went missing from Winnipeg. They had been in the city for appointments, and she just disappeared one night. The parents are Melinda and George Wood from Oxford House, Manitoba. And they were here with the family as well. And this is a very serious illness that the grandmother had faced. So the family came out here to be with her. Well, it was at that time in August that she left the hotel room and never returned. The family searched. The community of Oxford House gathered up people to come to the city and search for Christine. Now I reside in Winnipeg, and I joined them, and we planned around searching for her. A team went to different parts of the city, and we just searched everywhere. We just scoured the city everywhere looking for Christine. That picture you see behind me was what we carried. And we asked people, "Did you see Christine? Did you see her anywhere? Can you have a look at the picture?" And we stopped. Everyone that we saw, we stopped and we talked to them and we asked them. And now we did this every night. And the search team, I believe, was here for about 2 weeks. And the community had to bring them back home. But Melinda, George, and a whole bunch of us still searched every night. Sometimes till 2 a.m. searching for Christine. No word from her, no text. Melinda and George searched for her. They were on the news, CBC News, pleading for her to come home. And it was a very long process. It was a long journey for the family to go through this, to have somebody they loved be there 1 minute and then gone the next minute. Now, we're talking about a long period here. We searched through winter, summer, and yeah, it took a long time. We did it on our own time. Like we did our own volunteer. It wasn't somebody looking after the search. It was just us on a personal journey to try and bring Christine back. But unfortunately, we got news that a body had been found just outside of Winnipeg. We never stopped searching for her. We never gave up on her. The parents did news stories quite frequently. There was write-ups in the Winnipeg Free Press and other media and newspapers. So it was a long journey for Melinda and George and the family. She's got 3 brothers, Ian, Wendell, and Byron. And you will see a picture of them holding their sister's banner at a vigil that we had for her. This is prior to finding her. Now, Christine, like I said, was a bright child, bright student, and she was so shy and humble. And even as an adult, she was shy, and she just had a little crooked smile, and yeah, she was very kind and smart and just beautiful, a beautiful young lady. The person that she met, a stranger, took her away from her family, never to return again, although we were wishing that we could find her alive and well. When it was announced that they found Christine, our search came to a halt and the whole world crashed for the family because the search for Christine was over. It was mixed feelings because we were happy to have found her. If you are to look at the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls statistics, you will find that many of these girls that go missing, women, girls, and even boys, they never find them. They never are heard of or seen. They never find them. They just disappear. How does that happen? Many times you wonder, how does that happen? How can people just disappear? In the case of Christine, we found her in an unfortunate circumstance, but we found her. And Melinda and George were happy to have found her and bring her home, take her home. So that was mixed feelings there, but it was good that we found her because lots of people like Claudette Osborne, they just go missing and they never return. That's just one of the other names in Winnipeg of a missing and murdered Indigenous woman. So Melinda and George were very fortunate to find their daughter and take her home and have an appropriate funeral for her and put her in her resting place in her community of Oxford House, Manitoba. So the story I wanted to share about George's walk is he would walk on this path and he would do this prayer in a mound in this Oxford House, Manitoba. So he would also notice a fox trailing behind him and watching him from afar. So George is a very natural man. Like he also teaches Indigenous languages and cultures in the school of Oxford House. So he is aware of the paws, the tracks that they make. He knows what they are. So he saw the the tracks all over. Now, this is a very special story that I wanted to share with you, that one day prior to finding Christine, the fox was just trying to trail from the back and watch George from afar. And this one morning, George went there. When he got there, he noticed that the fox had come right on the mound where he said his prayer. And the fox laid on the mound. And George was surprised. It meant a lot to him because he knew something. There was a message that came with this event that happened. So he knew something was wrong. The fox was there to tell him, you'll be hearing something. And wouldn't you know, that is when they found Christine's body. So the fox was following him and gave him his message that day, which is very near and dear to George's heart. So another fox in the story is from the field that Christine was found. Now, this is a farmer's field just outside of Winnipeg. The farmer's wife said that this fox would watch from afar, in the same similar part as George's story about the fox watching him from afar. And the farmer's wife said she would often have this fox watching her as she stood in her kitchen window washing dishes. And there was a pile of sticks, and the fox would climb on the sticks and watch her from this location. So she said she knew that the fox was sending her a message, talking to her. So that's just another incredible part about the foxes in this journey. If we listen to nature, if we listen to the world around us and we listen to that voice inside, we pay attention to that, it'll take us on a good journey and it will tell us something and we learn. I saw her going very far and being anything that she wants. Everybody's got dreams. Christine had dreams. We all have dreams.
Here at We Side Campaign, it's our goal to ensure that all women and children are safe. We want to call on men and boys to stand up against violence, and we want to make sure that everyone understands that violence in any form is wrong. What happened to Christine should never have happened. In this case, the perpetrator went to prison, but that will never heal the pain of the family's loss and the loss of potential that Christine's life had. We need to work together to find ways to prevent violence from occurring in the first place. We encourage you to use the discussion questions and suggested activities provided in our workshops to explore this topic further. Thanks so much and stay safe.